let's cross over to the CS. She's currently speaking.
That there were many others like him who would be looking to break barriers in the future. And so he wanted us to make sure that we had facilities for these young people to train in. He also wanted to make sure that they had jobs, right, and that they had an income that was stable. And so his request was that as a government, we continue recruiting athletes, right, into the disciplined forces so that they have a monthly income to depend on, taking their mind, obviously, off the daily rigors of life to practicing and to focusing on training. And we promise that this is something that we'll take up. We've already started having discussions around it, and I'm hopeful that we'll be able to do this. I think he was worried that the numbers of those that had been recruited in the last few years had gone down. And so he raised that, and he said that as far as he was concerned, he was very well taken care of. But what he would expect, obviously, is a good welcome as he returned home. And I'll say that that's one of the reasons that I did not travel to Vienna to be there when he broke this barrier, because I actually have no doubt that he's going to do it. He has the strongest mind of anybody that I know. He is more focused than anybody I know, and he is more determined than most of us, right? And I think with that and the hope that he has that he will win, we can only continue praying for him and continue encouraging him. I don't think we can inspire him. I think he will be the one to continue inspiring us in the next, in the years to come. And so, first of all, to just wish him all the best, and to say that we are all waiting with a bated breath, and that as in the days of old, mothers stayed at home when their sons went to battle. And I think many mothers have stayed home, including probably his own mother and all the aunties and his, his folks at home. But myself included, mothers stayed at home to wait for their victorious sons to come back home. And so we'll be waiting, keeping the home front warm for his return. Tomorrow, in honor of Eliud and what he's going to be doing, we have prepared a program at the KCC. The program will begin at 7 o'clock in the morning at exactly the same time as it would begin in Vienna. At 7 o'clock Vienna time, they will start their program. They will start with a breakfast for all those that will be attending. At 7:30 in Vienna, there will be a briefing on the marathon, and at exactly 8 o'clock Vienna time, the marathon will begin. So now, finally, I think we have a confirmed time for the start of the marathon. And so at KCC, we will start at 7 Vienna time, which is 8 o'clock Kenya time. So we'll start at 8 o'clock with breakfast that will be served by vendors. And they will be charging affordable prices. So, I hope that many Kenyans will come to witness this extremely historic event. At 8:30, we'll give a short briefing. We're hoping that we'll have as many athletes as possible attending tomorrow's screening. And if that is the case, then we'll introduce them at 8:30. And of course, at exactly 9, then we will start viewing. This program has been put together by the Ministry of Sports, Ministry of Tourism. KICC is the venue. DSTV is providing the live streaming. And we have a few other supporters that I think I need to just call them out so that they know that we appreciate what they're doing. And so I will do that as soon as I get this out. And so so there will be so Homeboys will provide the stage and the screens and bleacher seats. Infinite Planners will provide the spaces that we will need to help ourselves if the need arises. And of course, the ministry is the one that put all this in motion. We had a good conversation with KICC, and Ministry of Tourism, led by Honorable Najib Balala, to make sure that we could be able to do this for all of us. I know that we can all watch this at home, but what an encouraging moment, an inspiring moment it would be for all of us to share at one spot. And so I'm just requesting that all that can come to KICC tomorrow. Come as early as you'd like to come, but we'll begin at 8 o'clock. Look, I think that none of us can take for granted what Kipchoge has achieved. He's won 12 out of 13 marathons that he has run. I continue saying that I met him in 2003 at the Junior World Athletics Championships in Switzerland. And after he won his gold, and a few others actually won gold, he won for in the 5,000. I took them home for lunch. I took them home to Geneva and gave them lunch. In fact, he reminded me this after he won the London Marathon, right? Because I went to watch him run the marathon in London, and I was very, very happy when he came up and said, I will always remember that in 2003 you took us home and gave us lunch. At that time I was the ambassador in Switzerland, and so it's a moment I would never forget. Since then I've been following his career, and of course as when I became CS Sports I got a better opportunity to do that, because I was able then to attend the London Marathon, and I got a fantastic invitation, so I was able to sit in a very coveted space and watch him run. And so we owe this great giant a lot as a country. And I think the least that we could do is actually continue doing what we're doing, giving him as much space and time in the media as we can, sending out encouraging messages to him so that he continues to appreciate the support that he gets from his countrymen and countrywomen. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank you for being here. I hope that we'll all be together tomorrow morning to watch Eliud make a big step for mankind, and a big step for himself, and a humongous leap for all of us, for the country and for the globe. And I'm totally excited, and I really look forward to just watching him